We've encountered a strange woman that clearly needs our help. I'm Meek, and in this demo, it's time to meet Ivy. It was already getting very late. So late, the sun began to bid farewell for the day, staining the sky with its heartbreaking amber blood. In my case, I also wanted to end the day. I was tired and somewhat exhausted as I returned from a long day. Exhausting. But that was another story I didn't want to overthink. Because of this need to get home and relax now, plus the late hour, that I decided to take a shortcut. No one walked on this dirt path as it crossed one of the fecal rivers. Oh, no. Please tell me I don't actually need to step inside the fecal river. I don't think my shoes would survive. I'm sure there's a convenient stone bridge or something, right? Well, I didn't really know if it was fecal, but I did know that its smell was not at all pleasant. The only thing this place attracted was dirt, mud, and a plague of mosquitoes. But before I crossed with my mouth closed and holding my breath, I was distracted by a noise. I heard, undoubtedly, a female voice, a cough. I could immediately make out that it was coming from the big drain. Wait. Oh man, so you're actually inside the fecal river, because behind the grates? Okay, I can think of no reason anyone would willingly enter a fecal river, unless it was out of desperation, so maybe hiding from someone. Either that or they have no sense of smell and thought it was just a basic river. A little girl playing hide and seek? I doubt it. Again, the same cough distracted me. Part of me wanted to know the source of the sound, to give a face to those who dare to enter this stagnant water without fear of getting dirty. Or, fear of getting an infection. My other part, I prayed, would not meet the same damp fate. Just a glance as I crossed will suffice. Oh, crap, you really are in a desperate situation. Wait, so has your skin been peeled off from your sides of your face? Would you like my jacket? I'm assuming I'm wearing a jacket. I feel like you need my jacket more than I do. However, what I saw was not at all what I would expect. A girl lay on her knees in the stagnant water. The light of the orange sunset glowed with a crystalline force that illuminated her face. Also, her naked body, which, out of any lewd thought, was replaced by concern at the sight of her marks. A large scar divided her from her neck to who knows where, but fortunately, the water concealed her grotesque end. Light scratches on her arms and torso, prominent flesh-peeled flesh on her cheeks, as if it were a bad operation, like a doll operated on in an emergency by a crude copy of Victor Frankenstein. But even before all that register of strings tightening her wounds, what really made my heart tremble were her eyes. A gaze totally lost in nothingness. So yeah, she's really been through the wars then. I'm guessing escaping from whatever caused the surgery marks. As if all her emotions had been poured down this dirty river, and now her eyes were empty. I couldn't ignore something like that. I held my breath before entering this tunnel. I could feel a bit of mud or whatever it was smearing my shoes on the bottom, making my splashing step difficult. Just as the atmosphere suddenly enveloped me with a disconcerting warm and smelly dampness, I took off my shirt and draped it over her shoulders. She did not utter a word or react, other than to turn her face to look at me. Once we got out of there, I finished buttoning some buttons on the shirt. I wiped some of her face with an unused handkerchief I kept in my pocket. tried to dry her legs or arms as well, but it would have been useless with what I had on hand. Are you okay? I asked her, perhaps a little late. Her gaze shifted, as if she had woken up and returned from her faraway place. She tried to speak, but her voice was cut off for a moment. I would say there doesn't seem to be a lot of damage to her throat, but it has been sliced open. She tried again. Please. Tell me, what's happened to you? I tried to make her speak when I saw her difficulty in articulating words. Take me with you. But what about your injuries? You need to be seen by a doctor and... No! She came up to me, grabbing both my arms before I could finish my sentence. You know, that would make sense, because let's face it, wherever she was clearly had some version of doctors that performed the surgeries on her. Excuse me, but I can't go to the hospital. But... I'm fine. I'm used to these wounds. You don't have to worry. But clearly you are not well. You need help. No! She stopped me again. No, I can't let them see me. To be seen? By whom? How can I help you then? She thought about her answer for a moment. Can I spend the night at your home? Spending the night? But what about your injuries? Her proposal didn't make much sense to me. As I say, I'm fine. These injuries are normal. I just need to spend the night in a safe place. And I promise I will stop bothering you tomorrow. A safe place? Are you in danger? That would be a safe assumption. I mean, she was hiding in the tunnel of a fecal river. That does seem like desperate hiding attempt. She didn't seem to want to talk about it. What kind of proposal was this? It seemed both confusing and suspicious. However, it was either that or leave a badly wounded girl to her fate at nightfall. Even more so if, from what she said, there was something dangerous going on with her. The answers and questions, I suppose, would come later. I sighed, as if giving in to her request. It's okay. You can come with me. I don't like the look of your wounds, though. What if you've been infected by all the filth in this place? As I say, I can assure you that everything is fine with my body. In that sense, there is nothing to be afraid of. Agreed. Although I find it hard to accept. I turned to start walking home, but before I did, she grabbed the back of my clothes. What's wrong? Can you walk? Yes, it's just that... Shoot. I have one more request. I'm guessing the request wasn't too taxing then? And here we are. What she asked me was, no doubt, even more suspicious. She wanted to stay in a secluded place, with no windows and, if possible, little light. The reason? No idea. But whatever it was, it made me arch an eyebrow. Once again, thank you very much. She gave me a small bow, as a thank you or apology. She did not really appear to be dangerous in her demeanor. That is why I have agreed to help her and to shelter her here. But... So, this place is okay? Yes, it's perfect. No doubt. She should be able to answer my questions for me. This place is a bit dusty and dirty. I hope you don't mind, but that's the thing about these storage rooms, I'm afraid. Yes, I understand. You don't have to worry about such details. it is a perfect place. Besides, I'm only spending the night here. It won't be long, I promise. And the good news is we do have a convenient couch for her to sleep on at least. I'll get a pillow. Make some room and make yourself as comfortable as you can. Thanks. I quickly went to my bedroom to look for a pillow for her and came back right away. Will you be okay with that? Of course it is. You don't know how grateful I am for everything. It's more than I could ever hope for. Thank you. She kept thanking me for everything. However, I kept worrying about this situation. Now that I had more or less a place to rest, I thought it was time to investigate. Okay, so talk to me. What's going on with you? Small talk questions I'll listen to. I don't think if we go straight for questions, we're going to get answers since we haven't built that friendship yet. So how about a little bit of small talk? That place where you were? She looked at me curiously. It stinks a lot like stagnant water, and the mosquitoes in certain seasons will swarm you. But all that aside, it's a pretty nice place, don't you think? To be honest, I don't know a lot of places. But you're right. Everything can have a certain beauty if you know how to admire it properly. Alright, have you got anything you want to say? I tidied around a bit and left her some space. She seemed to want to say something. I have no words to express my gratitude for everything. So, I will never tire of thanking you enough. Thank you. It's what anyone would do for someone who needs help. Or so I think. Okay, I feel like that's made us friendly enough, right? Will you answer my questions now? Okay. You know, we'll start off easy. What's your name? Can you please tell me your name? Oh, that's right. 1,000 pardons. I guess you can call me Ivy. Ivy? Yeah, you can call me Ivy. Alright, I'm Ethan. I get the feeling that's not her actual name then. Unless she doesn't have a name and just likes that one. It's a pleasure, Ethan. She accompanied her reply with a gentle, light smile. Okay, so now we go for the big questions. Are you running away from someone? Are you running away from someone? Why don't you want to go to the hospital? Well... She paused for a moment before answering, as if she was unsure whether to do so. Well, I'd rather not talk about it now. I don't think we're friends enough yet. It does also increase the likelihood she's running away from someone when she wanted basically a box room that couldn't be seen into. I hope that this will not be an inconvenience for you. I assure you that I won't cause you any trouble. Alright, how are you feeling? How do you feel now? Although it doesn't look like it from the outside, I really feel good. I know that these wounds and marks look worrying, but nothing could be further from the truth. Are you sure? Yeah, and I appreciate that you care about me. Alright, what actions can we take? I can offer to check your wounds, but I feel like offering a bath would be a better solution first, so she can actually wash the river off, then we can check the wounds. We'll offer her a bath. Don't you want to bathe? If you've been in that water, you might want to wash up a bit. She looked at me for a moment, with a strange look on her face. Do I smell bad? Unbelievably, no. But I thought maybe. She breathed a sigh of relief. In that case, I do not wish to abuse your kindness. Nothing like that. In fact, you could just walk in and use the bathroom whenever you want. You're serious? In that case, I'll take you at your word. She seemed to be reluctant to wash herself now, Maybe she's a bit shy at the moment? Alright, well, how about I check your wounds instead then? The marks on her body continue to worry me, so I went over to examine them closely. Wait, we didn't even ask first? Oh, that's a bit presumptuous. Although my intentions were only to check her condition, her reaction was somewhat dramatic. She looked at me and remained silent, but when my fingers brushed against her skin, I could feel her panicking slightly. Well, that's understandable. I mean, I wouldn't exactly be comfortable as a random person walked up to me and started touching my skin. That's my skin. She didn't complain. I guess she understood what I was doing, and despite her fear, she didn't resist. Everything okay? She asked in a brittle voice. Yeah, I'm sorry if this has made you uncomfortable, but I wanted to have a close look at your wounds. We should really have opened with that. I thank you, but I've already told you it's all right. Okay, so now I will remember my manners and offer you some food. Are you hungry? I can get you something to eat. Food? She asked somewhat incredulously. Yeah, it's a bit late. Don't you want some dinner? It would be good for you to eat something. It is not necessary. I don't want to inconvenience you any further. But it's no bother. I insist. I'm fine, don't worry. It's okay. I thought not to push her too hard. But if you need something, tell me without any shame. Think that covers all our actions then? Wait, maybe she'll answer my questions now. Actually, maybe not. I did just touch her skin. I looked through the boxes to see if there was anything useful for her. She approached and investigated with the curiosity and caution of a cat. The things in the room. All this stuff is yours, isn't it? That's right. She stroked the surface of one of the boxes, dirtying her fingertip with the dust. What about the sofa? Is it comfortable? She pushed the worn sponge on the sofa with her hand. Can I? Sure. She sat down with some mistrust. You could see her face look slightly surprised. It's perfect. Do we at least have a blanket for her? I kind of feel mean that she's only got my shirt. Will you be able to rest while there? Don't hesitate. Thank you very much for letting me rest here. Oh, wait, so is this more small talk we can have? Aren't you cold wearing only that shirt? She paused for a moment to examine herself from top to bottom. As she did so, she looked a little embarrassed. No, but does the side of my body make you uncomfortable? She seemed more concerned about her appearance than anything else. Not really, but well, you know. I'm afraid I don't have any women's clothes with me. Perhaps I could... Do not worry. This is more than enough for now. I don't think so. That's all I need. Really. I kept sensing a huge drop in self-esteem with her answers. Okay, well, I think that's all we can speak about, and we're out of actions as well. Okay, well, I will allow you to sleep. Are you sure you want to finish the day? I think so. It was already getting dark, and my energy was drained. After preparing everything decently for a person to rest here, I decided to leave her alone for the day. I'd better go inside. I need some rest. It's okay. If you need anything, just look for me. I will. In that case, try to have a good night. I was about to leave when Ivy uttered a few last words. Ethan, I know you'll have a lot of questions, and I'm a complete stranger. Quite suspicious, in fact. That is why I am even more grateful to you for all the trust and kindness you are placing in me. We'll talk tomorrow. For now, get as much rest as you can. This time, I went to my own room, quite exhausted. Before going to bed, I had a light meal and set out to do a brief internet search. News about missing persons. Maybe something about a girl who has run away from her parents or a kidnapper. Nothing. Moving on, I also looked for something that might be related to her scars. Some kind of illness, surgery. Features that stood out in her that might give me some clue or shed some light. Not much. Ivy. Her name did not show many results either. Obviously, I couldn't sleep a wink that night because of the number of unanswered questions that plagued my mind. Ivy, on the other hand, seemed to have fallen asleep quite early, as I heard virtually no noise outside. I wonder what will happen to her. Wait, is she gone by the time I wake up? Hello? Good morning, Ivy. Oh no, you are still here. Hi. Ivy seemed to have been awake for a while, but her expression was still that of a tired person. Good morning, Ethan. Have you been able to rest? You don't look so good. Yes, I slept better than ever. And it's all thanks to you. You don't need to keep thanking me. In fact, you don't need to treat me with so much respect. We're almost the same age, aren't we? Are you sure? In that case, thanks, Ethan. She was a little more animated than yesterday. Tell me, have you thought about what you are going to do from now on? Do you have anywhere to go? No, I have nothing and no one. So, you plan to go and hide again anywhere? That is... She looked regretful with her answer, as if she already knew it was a lousy idea. I sighed. I am not fully aware of your situation, nor can I keep you here against your will. But if you agree, you can stay as long as you need to here. Stay here? She looked at me with surprise. You clearly need help, and you don't look like a bad person. But can I really do something like that? That's for you to decide. What do you want to do? Can I help you in any other way? No, I don't know. She looked confused again. I have to go buy some food for tonight, so take the time to clear your head, okay? All right. Still, I can't help but feel like a burden to you. Don't think about it. Look at it more as a friend helping a new friend, okay? Friend? She asked in confusion. Exactly. Friends. You and me. If you need anything from the shop, now is the time to let me know. But I have nothing with which to repay you. Not for that. Not for everything you do. I've already told you. Take it as a normal thing someone would do for their new friend. I don't want to take advantage of your kindness. I'll bring you some food and a few other things. Just in case you've decided to stay, of course. But... See you later. I left before she could stop me from doing anything for her. I guess I was starting to get used to her answers. Ivy? I finally came home from shopping. Mia culpa. I was so busy that it was late in the afternoon. Did she leave? Oh no, I've got to start expecting the worst from you, Ivy. Clearly you're going to stick around, right? Welcome back, Eva. She greeted me a little shyly. How have you been? Have you decided to stay? Is it really okay if I stay a little longer? Of course. Even if I can't give you anything in return? There will be time to worry about such details, won't there? She did not seem to be happy about the whole affair, but still believed that there were more important issues to worry about. How about this? You don't have to repay me. All you need to do is give me answers. A bit of small talk first, though. The city was bursting with people. I knew it would be crowded today, but not that crowded.
the city and the shops. I guess it must have been stressful for you.
Why'd you say that?
You know, all those stares on you.
I sensed she was saying this because of her appearance and being judged. Not really. In fact, you could come with me next time.
Would you like to?
Sure, we're friends, right? Ivy did not answer, but neither did she deny it. A little bit more small talk then? Have you been too bored inside these four walls?
No. Actually, no, I don't. In a way, I'm used to it.
Used to being locked up?
Yes, that's right. I've never had such a place to rest.
This place is no big deal either. I chose not to go any further on this issue.
Tell me, Ethan, what did you buy?
Well, first I went to buy some things for work, tools and stuff. Then I went to get something to eat, and I was telling her about my day, without even thinking about her situation. Although she didn't seem uncomfortable and, in fact, she watched me with curious eyes. It did make me feel bad to talk about myself. And when I realized what time it was, I rushed back home.
Sounds like a busy day then, doesn't it?
Yeah, sort of. I scratched my head as I laughed nervously. I did actually remember to bring her food, right? Okay, let's ask more questions. Can you tell me about yourself? Could you tell me more about yourself?
About me? I don't think I'm a very interesting person. Excuse me.
It's not about being interesting. I just want to get to know you better.
Why?
Is it necessary to have a motive?
You are right, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you would want to know, though.
We can start with your age if that's okay.
My age? I don't know exactly.
I laughed disappointedly. Well, it's a start. What kind of person does not know their age? To be fair, we can't be surprised. She did just say she spent most of her life caged up. It would be rather hard to keep track of dates that way. Do you know what? Let's do a light topic. What have you done today? What did you do today to distract yourself?
I hope you don't mind, but I've been looking inside the boxes.
Of course I don't mind. Did you see anything interesting?
I don't know what many of these objects are for, but they are interesting.
If you want me to show you something, let me know. Okay, good news is we did bring you something to eat. Do you want to eat some of what I brought? You haven't eaten anything since yesterday.
I don't need anything, really.
But you will have to eat something if you want to regain your strength.
Please don't insist anymore. I've already told you I'm fine.
Unless her diet is just very different from ours. Maybe she doesn't actually need the food. Alright. She even seemed annoyed at such an obvious and mundane question. Can I check your wounds? I went over to check her scars. Okay, we've still learnt nothing. We're still checking without questions. She did not seem to be frightened by it. These marks, they are not natural. Am I wrong? She looked away and evaded the question. At least they don't seem to be infected, so that's good.
Yes. Thank you for your concern.
I think that's all our actions done again. Oh no, wait, more questions? No, we don't. Time to end the day. Hey, Ivy. I decided, in a way, to put the doubts out of my head. You told me you were running away from someone, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
And you can't go to the police for help?
No, I can't. None of them can.
None of them?
That's it. Where I come from, there are more girls like me, locked up, unable to get out, some unable to breathe or have room to stretch their legs. Many others are constantly drugged so as not to feel anything or to never sleep.
What are you saying?
I know it's hard to believe, but there is such a place. And it is nearby, hidden. The police, as well as the authorities, know this. They know it perfectly well. And they allow it because... No, I can't understand it.
What kind of place is that, Ivy?
I don't know a lot of things, Ethan. I lost track of time as soon as I woke up there.
Oh, so you weren't always there then?
Also, many things I remembered fade into a fog inside my mind. If you think I look tired, it's because I can't close my eyes without hearing and seeing everything I experienced there.
Are you sure that? I find it hard to believe.
I know this is hard to believe. After all, I too doubted whether I was in hell or not. But it exists.
You know what, based on your scars, I definitely believe you.
Those people are the ones chasing me because I escaped. And if I go for help, they'll know that one of us escaped, and then...
Suddenly, there was a knock at the storeroom door. Someone calls. Ivy fell completely silent, with a worried look on her face. This was only natural, for if her story was true, she had every reason to be afraid of any stranger. Move where they can't see you, and wait for me here, okay? Ivy nodded and hid in silence. Is this a friend of yours? When I opened the door, I found a girl of not very short stature. Her eyes were fixed on me, like an eagle watching a rabbit. But instead, my eyes were distracted by the marks on her face. She was just like...
Hello, sir. You live in this house, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Why'd you ask? I've never seen her around here before, but luckily, she wasn't someone too suspicious. Tell me, are you lost? Do you want me to call your parents?
Oh, nothing of the sort. They are the ones who sent me to look for the person who lives in this house. You have a computer, don't you?
A computer? Sure, like many other people.
Exactly. But not so many people search for such concrete things on the internet. Right at this very moment.
She looked at me questioningly and swayed in a mixture of curiosity to see what was behind my back and playfulness.
Tell me, sir, don't you have anything to say?
What do you mean, little one? I was undoubtedly nervous.
Ah, there's no need for you to pretend. I know everything.
My blood ran cold with her words and attitude. Who was this girl? And why did she know these things? Wait, is this because I searched for Ivy?
Can I come in?
Why? There was nothing here.
If there's nothing there, you won't mind if I come in, will you?
The girl slipped under my arm, through the door and peeked into the side of the storeroom.
It's pretty dirty around here.
Well, it's a storage room, where I keep what I have no use for. So, it's normal that...
That is not what I mean, sir. That is why I say it.
The girl pointed with her thin arm towards some boxes.
Get out of there now.
Ivy emerged from the boxes, her expression a mixture of terror, defeat and sadness.
They sent you after me, right? That's right. They detected a suspicious search coming from this guy. Who would come up with such stupidity?
The girl jokingly teased me. Hey, I don't know who you are, but you're not taking anybody. This is my house and...
Oh, let me make one thing clear. If I've been sent here, It's not to make a fuss. They are aware that people would ask questions if our team suddenly kidnapped a woman in broad daylight. That's why they sent me. So that you will be a good boy, like I'm a good girl, and give her to us without complaint.
To take her back to where she escaped from?
That's right. She escaped. She's a danger, as much as I am. Hasn't she told you?
A danger?
Ethan, don't listen to her. She's just trying to scare you into turning me in. Is that so? So, tell me, Ivy, what's your name? Yes. Tell me. You know my name, don't you? Seven. They call you Seven. Tell this man why they call me Seven. Come on, do it. They say that when they tried to experiment on her, she went mad and ended up killing 7 people. When they saw what she was capable of, they put the collar around her neck to control her. That's right. If I don't do as I'm told, my head will fall to the ground. That leaves us with only 2 options. Either it's your head that rolls, or you obey and come with me quietly.
It was all happening so fast. My head couldn't quite process what they were both saying. How could one girl have killed 7 people? How? And what about Ivy?
Ah, Ivy, do you want to tell him what will happen to you?
Ivy dropped her gaze to the ground, as if she had already given up or felt totally dejected.
She is totally defective. From so much chopping her up and putting her back together, she has atrophied internally. Can you believe it? That's why they put her on regenerative drugs after each mutilation.
Mutilations? Regenerate? Stop.
If she does not receive the drug, her body will continue to mutate and regenerate. Like a growing herb that keeps on growing. And growing and spreading and... Stop! Look at her. Is she going to get out of control? Our parents don't care if I take you away in one piece. After all, they can put you back together again, can't they?
Wait, you guys are siblings? Seven spat in Ivy's face with utter contempt. Ivy, calm down. You're not going back to her. I won't allow it.
Are you sure about that, sir?
If I go back to that pit of darkness, I won't be able to bear it.
Well, I feel sorry for you. We all have our problems, girl.
Seven extended a hand towards Ivy.
Come. Now, I'm not going to waste any more time.
Why do I get a feeling I'm about to be murdered? You know what? I'm going to protect Ivy. I am going to go towards my death. Everything that was going on, everything they were saying, it was confusing me. But one thing was clear to me. Ivy didn't deserve any of this. No, you're not taking her anywhere.
Ethan,
She looked at me with excitement in her eyes.
are you sure about this, man? I didn't think you had such guts. Tell me, what are you going to do? She's still going to die like the scum she is.
Stop talking about her like that. Ivy reached behind me and clutched my clothes with her hands, seeking my protection. It doesn't matter now. Please leave, or I'll end up calling the police.
That's it. If you have the guts to act brave, at least think before you speak. Haven't I already told you that if she doesn't get a nasty drug, she will die a horrible death?
And how do I know that's true?
She is not lying.
Ivy's voice behind me stopped us from an incipient discussion. What difference does it make? Are you just going to accept it and come back there?
Ethan, your kindness saved me, if only for this very short time. Your words made me feel a warmth I thought I had forgotten. But she doesn't lie. I can't run away. I can't. It is inevitable that I will die. As a monster.
Oh, a beautiful monster, though. Ivy kept that weary, sad look on her face.
That's why, if I have to disappear, I prefer to do it with these last drops of humanity that I keep thanks to you. I'm afraid there's nothing you can do. Nothing that can save me. But believe me, it's not your fault at all. Just, this world is cruel and unfair to some. And even if there are monsters like me or dark places like the one I come from, there is also light and beauty, as you have shown.
Ivy, I didn't know what to say to comfort her. And no, I didn't know what I could say to save her either. I felt so helpless, and not knowing what to do, not having the courage to act.
Shall we go?
Ivy looked at me for the last time. Perhaps she was holding back her own tears of helplessness and defeat.
I hope one day we can really be friends, Ethan. I will continue to long for the moment when I can see this light again and pluck me out of the darkness. Until the day our paths cross again.
Ivy and the girl called Seven walked out the door and went to a car parked in front of my house. I wanted to shout from the rooftops a promise to rescue her, a promise to save her. But if so, would it be a lie? I genuinely thought I was going to get murdered. Well, it seems no matter what we do, we can't protect Ivy. I'm just going to let you take her away. All this was starting to get overwhelming. Too much. What kind of people or God knows what were the girls in front of me? It only took one look to realize that something wasn't right with their scars all over their bodies. Okay, take her away.
Ethan!
She said my name with a look of utter disbelief.
Wow! So easy!
She burst out laughing.
What a pathetic person, isn't he? Come on, laugh too! I thought that you...
Seven grabbed Ivy's arm and prepared to run away.
So, you haven't seen anything, and you don't know anything. Understand? Who would believe someone like you, anyway?
She gave me one last contemptuous look. They both left, and I refused to look back to see them go, because I felt extremely ashamed. Guilt coursed through my body. But what could someone like me do? This... All of this was beyond my control, so it was better to put an end to it. If it is any consolation and makes you feel better, generally you could not have done anything to change this. Either way, she has to go back. But I suppose at least in the red end, there's a chance we might meet up and be friends again. I doubt in the blue end she's gonna want to see me again. You know, at least, with the fact that she can have regenerative drugs, it means there is a high chance she's gonna escape again and will come find us. I mean, we seem to be like the nicest person she knows. Well, if you enjoyed your time here, I'd greatly appreciate you to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Other than that, it's Spook Day and catch you next time, guys.